Morning. Just an authentic post on having a bit of an ADD brain. Interesting. If you do a Venn diagram, sort of PTSD, autism, ADD, they've all got similar components. But anyway, this is an example. How many teenage children do I have living in this house? None. It's just me. And that kitchen bench was clear a couple of days ago. Here's the laundry pile. Just stuff to sort out. So this is probably a good demonstration of what goes on in the brain. Okay, so here's my art room. So here we have children's books, poetry, half-done sculptures, sewing, paintings, half-cocked paintings, all these things. And that desk, if you just got a giant fan in here and threw all those papers and all these papers in here, up in the air, that's my brain. They're my thoughts. And it's like, just focus on one thing. But it's like there's not a simple neurological sort of way to explain it, but it's like you can't just focus and grab one piece of paper and I shall focus on that. Just start at one corner in your room and start organising that. It's not that simple. I see everything nearly has the same priority. And so there's so much chaos because I can't see one thing and focus on one thing. Of course it's overwhelming. So I just go procrastination, another day, overwhelm, go off and do something else. Meditation does help. And ironically, so I've got all the neurofeedback equipment to neurologically sort of regulate my brain more. So this is the neurofeedback room, which has all been cleaned out for a year and a half with all my library stuff on the floor, half sorted out. What goes to the op shop, what doesn't. A year and a half it sat here in piles, and I just gave up the other day and I shoved it all back on the shelf again for later. And part of it's a bit of poverty mentality because I might need that, and I don't want to kill Earth, so I don't want to throw that away because I don't want it to into landfill. I'll try and find a home for that bit of furniture. So it's really hard to let go. I think maybe hoarder's mentality comes into this a little bit too. And even electronic drum kit's still in its box 4 months later. And this is the area I've cleaned, sort of, to make room for it. And then when you want to tidy things, then you need a clean space for it to go into whilst you're tidying the other space. Of course, there isn't one. So, yeah, even this room here, just clutter, chaos. Yeah, that's what I mean. You look around and you go, wow, this must be a family of 10 that live here. Anyway, so I think just with a bit of self-forgiveness, and also just the motivation factors, it's like maybe they're like a dopamine deficiency. There's all sorts of stuff going on, but the short of it is it's very difficult to get motivated unless there's a really big carrot, like crystal clear barrels to get you down the driveway and drive off to go surfing, or some project that you just feel so motivated by. The motivation factor, it's like the handbrake's on and it's just so and the overwhelming factor too, to make decisions. I don't know if you guys could relate to this about the decisions and focus, because even the decision, do I op shop, throw it away, donate it to someone, keep it, put it back in the wardrobe? I don't know. I'll decide on it later. And there's all these boxes. My life is a box of later, sorted out later. It must be terribly frustrating for people who are really organised and just have that a more regulated brain in regards to what I'm talking about here and organisation skills. So anyway, and you never know someone's path, whatever their house, if they're super anal with OCD symptoms and it looks completely the opposite of this, we're all doing what we need to do. All actions are really what we need to do to actually feel a little bit better. Even procrastination is a sense of relief because it's like, what do I do? The decisions, I'll do it later. I don't need to worry about it now. So even procrastination is an interesting one because it's a coping mechanism of getting a little bit to relieve the anxiety of making the decision and putting into action and potentially failing. Anyway, just thought I'd throw this out there that we're all wired differently and God bless our little cotton, fluffy, odd socks. We're all doing the best we can. So be kind with yourself, be kind with others.